Well, hello, hello. Welcome, happy Friday. Hey, Chenny, good to see you. Try a trend contract. Well, I could do a contract before I move on to freelancer. So sure. Give me the details and I'll find it. Contracts. Contracts. Do. Well, Cheney, give me the details. That's they're totaling the live the ETs. I've played like 5 yesterday and it's still live. So hey, Ebbe, welcome, happy Friday. It doesn't let me cycle through them, but yeah. Can I see that in Korea maybe? Year 6. Weird. Ah, there we go. 103. 10 stream streak. Oh, thank you, Alonso. Nice to see you, loyal audience. Let me see. No, not campaigns. Contracts. Contract lookup. Let's see. The meat situation by Nosen. Okay. Okay. Explosion. Oh, is that the butcher downstairs? Accidental explosion. Okay. Okay, that's not too hard. I'll take a micro taser. Let's switch this up to this, and then take some distractions. Okay. Should I start? I should start in my apartment, I think. Yeah, it's him. Oh, maybe this is okay. I don't have to go down the stairs. Rocco upstairs. Get out of the way, lady.
No offense, mister. I need help.
Fuck. Maybe don't shoot the door, shoot the window, so they didn't stand in front of where. Oh, here was the sound. Stupid NPCs. lady is standing in front of the window over
Where
there.
are you? Rocco! Hey,
Find out.
who's that?
Fuck me. Why is this lady standing over there? I'm not used to that she's standing over there. Usually she's standing in front of the counter and not up to the side. Is it because I'm starting in the square here? Regionali prima. Okay. Where is she? Where is she? Yeah, she's standing right over there. Okay. Coin.
Rocco! Get down here this minute! You can't be late for your birthday!
Relax, it's all good. Gotta
Could I
put some
interest you
hand
in some soda? It's local. Or let me know if you want something else.
You wanna wait on for the rest of your life?
Oh, really? What was that? Oh, huh. Wow. Oh,
Oh, wow. Oh. I wish you would just fuck off. Let's try starting in here. Maybe then she is in a different place. I don't get why she is there. Oh, I can't open the. I'll have to go down. Oh, she's still there. Okay.
Ciao, welcome. Could I... Huh? Someone should go see what the hell that was.
I understand. Oh.
It's all good. Gotta put some pants on.
What?
Freak, Rocco.
Damn. You throw like...
And act like
Well,
a big boy,
me.
or you get us both into trouble with
Great.
Fellow.
Oh, please. Like, you wanna wait on that weirdo Caruso for the rest?
Why the fuck does she go there? So, is this new? Why? I don't get it. Why is she on the side of the? That's never. As far as I know, that was never the case. I'm going back here. Maybe I should give her something so she fucks off. Up, oil explosion. Who saw that?
Hey, we need
Oh,
some
he
help here.
over
Please
there.
get some help.
Oh, okay. This sounds really bad.
Yeah, oil explosion could be, but if I do that, then the lady is in the way.
I saw someone carrying a weapon. Command. Caucasian.
Okay. Well, oil explosion is a good idea. Container. Let's give the container to the lady so she goes away and I have this dude to myself. So that would be tools, container, and then I'm gonna bring a. Oh, I don't really need something else. I was hoping to get into the freezer and get the propane over there, but for some reason the lady is not behaving the way I want her to behave. Oh, I could.
Get down here this instant, Rocco. Too late for your birthday.
Relax, it's all good.
Oh.
Just gotta put some pants on.
Hey,
Jesus. Go check it out.
No problem.
I got
oh,
do as I say. Or
You
tell
must be in a
myself I'm
hurry.
Angry at both of us.
Oh, please. Like, you want to wait on
Hey,
that weirdo
did you go and
Caruso for the
watch
rest
one of
your
those
life?
fancy French circuses lately? Ooh,
Oh, Jesus!
tough guy, huh? Knocking innocent people out? Shame on you!
Jesus H. Christ.
NPCs aren't behaving, man. God damn it.
Hey, where are you?
Ciao. Please, come in. What can I get for you?
What?
Excuse me, I think that's yours.
Hey, hurry up! You're late for your first date.
That's too close. Of course it's too close. No. Okay, so maybe throw it all the way back. I don't want to knock him out with it. Get rid of this now.
Jeez.
Oh,
Sorry, I think you lost something.
yeah, I did.
Hey, get your butt into gear or you'll be late.
Relax. It's all good. Just gotta put some pants on.
No, you who should relax.
Huh.
Attitude.
I got you this job. If you disappoint Chef Marcello, I will disappoint Chef Marcello. You got that?
Hey,
Please.
wait a minute.
Want to wait on that weirdo
Whoa.
Caruso for the rest of your life?
There we go.
This isn't happening.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Oh, he's still carrying the case. I dropped. Okay. Okay. A little speed on the contracts. Okay. 4. What's the rest of the cheater board look like? 20 seconds. 50 seconds. How the hell do you get there in 20 seconds? With an oil explosion. Is there a way? I don't think so. No, the propane's too far away. Okay, well that was it then. Switching over to freelancer because that was the plan for today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Trend 2 page. I don't know why people keep mentioning trend to me. I have no. Was it you? Is it you on the Discord too? That's sending me that asked me to do the FCK police contract because I have no idea what the trend means. I know of the trending tab in Hitman, but where does this go? Does this go over here? Oh, it does. Boink. There we go. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Continue campaign. Oh, right. Final leg. Fertilizer. Ambrose. Hokkaido. Ambrose. Haven. It's even worse. Chongqing, Marrakesh, Mumbai. Okay. This we can do. Extractor. Ambrose. Bangkok, Berlin, Dubai, Hokkaido. Hill, Dartmoor, Hokkaido. Final skill. Maybe Colorado. Do I have a, let's see. Track target here. Haven. Oh, let's see. Haven, Mendoza, and Santa Fortuna. Oh, the distract target is over here. Oh, also over here in Chongqing. Okay, okay. Distract target also in Ambrose. Okay, so I have Ambrose. I have distract target in Chongqing. And distract target in one of these two. Mendoza. Why do I want a distract target? Because it makes it very easy to find the target when I have to search through objectives. But this is an alerted map, so that's a no for a showdown. Do they all have distract targets? And this one doesn't. So this one won't be showdown, so it will be one of these. Ambrose or Chongqing. Well, we can have a think about that. Let's get Santa Fortuna. Let's get Haven out of the way first, because that's a pain in the ass. No combat, destroy cameras, and blinded targets. Do I have a flashbang or no? Let's see, do I have a flashbang? I think so. Flash grenade. There we go. Okay. And then, what do we have here? A flash phone. Oh, okay. Take that. Drop that. And then, what are we gonna do? Collateral kill firearms. Silent assassin, no firearm, no. Pacify with the baseball bat. Then I'd have to carry a baseball bat around. Collateral kill firearms, 3 targets. I'll take this one. Okay. And then let's see. Take a pistol. Should I take a loud pistol for that, or should I take a sniper rifle that pierces? On Haven, that can be a bit of a hassle. Just take this. Okay. Does if I would take an SMG for instance, and I just kill 2 people very close together, does that also count as a collateral kill? Hey Petrix, welcome, happy Friday. I already did this one, yes. Let's see, oh. What did I do? Only a supplier, okay. Blind target, yes. Collateral kill firearms, I have my heavy duty with that. Destroy cameras, no comment, okay. Well then, we're going to Haven, so maybe Yeah, well, thank you so much for the follow, Petrix. Welcome to the posse. I have another soundbite for that.
Well, well, well. Welcome to my lair.
Let's see. Themed maybe. There's a sweet. Where is it? Oh, casual, of course. Of course, it's casual. There we go. Purple streak. Okay. Okay. Take some vitamins. Oh, of course I'm gonna take a bomb. Because why not? I always forget to bring this with me. But since it has no impact on my inventory space, I might as well bring it. Oh, I need to download that mod that automatically gives me this. Because it's... if you have to do this every time, it's kind of annoying. Okay. Let's see if there's a coin outside. Is there a coin here? No. Then maybe in a tree stump. Let's see, is there a coin freely available, or coins freely available on Haven? Not that I possibly need them, but yeah. No coin here, so we'll have to do without. Let's just go.
Safe journey, 47.
Safe journey, 47. I don't even know how many targets we got. 3, right? For some reason, I look at the things that's... Oh, you have X amount of targets, Y amount of couriers, and then safe and whatnot. And the second I look away, I already forgot. I don't know how it is with you guys, but it's... I don't know why I can't remember that.
Welcome to the Maldives. We have intel that the
good spawn at
syndicate
least.
is active in the area.
3, yeah.
However, this is no walk in the park. They are on high alert, so you need to be careful.
Oh, right.
You know what to do, 47.
High alert. Oh, he's in the, okay. Oh boy, and I see the other one is all the way over on the island. Yes, in the villa. Oh boy. Okay, then. Now I wish I had brought a sniper, because then I could snipe this dude as he's walking past. Let's go take a look at... Let's go take a look at the... I need some different outfit, because then I can get close to him without raising a suspicion. Let's see. Who are you? Who are you? I think it's best to sniper from below with the pistol and then be done with it. It would be the least amount of risk, I guess. Because if I get them in here, shoot them, then everybody's pouring in here. Especially the security dude over there. Well, he's pissing off, but... Well, I don't know if you know. Oh, but I've got these dudes. That makes it risky to fire off a loud gun. see if we can set it up over here, because if we need to set it, well, thinking about this dude. Security break room. There's doors here, right? So if I lure him in here or knock these two out, drag him in there, or get him in there somehow, then I can fire the gun, but I need to get in there. Yeah, let's go to the farmost one first.
Hello there.
Hey, Corrido. Welcome, happy Friday.
Hi. You need anything?
Oh.
I'm sure I've got it. At a price.
Okay.
That sounds weird when you're in your bikini, but okay. A proximity taser and a pneumatic grenade. Well, I'll take it.
I'll be around if you need more.
Be around
Hello,
if you
sir.
need more. Hello? Do I need your outfit? Let's see through those outfits, right? Let's see. I didn't bring a lockpick. That's dumb. That is dumb, 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 dumb. What is the best way to get maybe through here? Oh, I also need to kill cameras? Yeah. Oh, that is easy over there. Until they start coming back and they spot me doing this. Okay. If I shoot it again, he's gonna freak out.
Yeah, Commander. Turns out it was nothing. Standing down.
Now he's gonna see. Okay. Well, see is a bit not the operative word. I think here is the better word. I could knock him out, but yeah, this outfit doesn't still. That outfit still doesn't let me on the other island. Okay, so he's off. Okay. Whoa. Hold on, I need to turn off my AC. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, run time. 25 miles. Get to it, Steven.
I could just go in there over the fence, but oh, I don't have it. Need to get to the bottom of that, and I don't have the. I don't have a key card available. Oh my god! How the hell? I have to go through the bar. Well, I can do that. Yeah. Let's go through the bar. Or at least behind the bar, down the stairs. I think that's the only way I have at the moment, since I don't have a key card available. Oh, there's coins over here. And the box. Yeah. I can't get there in this outfit, because then I would be trespassing. Maybe if I get one of the security guards out of the outfits, but then the targets will see right through me. Though that's not too bad on this map, to be fair. Or if it's not a showdown. Look. Hey, Jack.
This is a restricted area and I can't let you through.
Sure, Jack.
You gotta move on.
That's another streamer, at least he used to stream, Jack 9mm. Yeah, he's just facing the game. I'll take your outfit, thank you very much.
Let's not take any chances. You, go check it out. Acknowledge.
Go check it out. And boom. Hey, dude. Now I can move around freely. And I can get behind this. There's an entrance behind the bar here. And dude will open it for me. Let's get his
Don't
Nobody heard that, right? Whew. Yeah. Forget. I was never here. See? No more unconscious witnesses. Over there, okay.
Don't worry, it's fine. You're new.
Oh, she goes in here. Oh, this is perfect.
I do not like the look.
Oh, you bastard! Hitting that.
Oh, that was combat. I should have knocked him out first. Okay. It is what it is. Doesn't need to be headshots, right? There we go. I thought I picked up the locker. Hey Shardy, welcome. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Use B-stick. Is there anything else I can... What's this outfit then? Gas suit. Well, I hope they don't hear this.
Excellent work, 47. You've spread fear within the syndicate.
We'll just chill out here. I was hoping they wouldn't hear that, but because I thought there was two doors between that.
We need more men over here right now.
Ugh.
This is insane. I think we got a mass murderer on our hands.
I think we got a mass murderer on our hands.
Search the area.
I'm kind of bummed the no combat went off, but it's only 500 mercies, but that ruins my perfect run. But at least I got the prestige objective done. Oh. Sorry, I pressed the button I shouldn't have. And they're going away, okay. Oof. Okay. I thought it would be climb. Oh, no. If I did the if I did the blinding thing, the other guards would have heard too. So I got to remember to do that too. I didn't bring the flash grenade for nothing. Oh. Who would be the best to blind? That dude, I think. Let's go snipe the... Oh, well, I could throw the grenade up there.
Yeah, hey, bro.
Yeah, hey, bro. Am I allowed in here? Oh, I could take my shortcut over here. Is there anything useful in here? Like a weapon?
Huh?
Oh? Okay. Hey, bruh. How you doing?
Oh?
Ooh. Now I'm in this outfit. That means I'm allowed in here. Hello. Hello. Sorry, I'm just robbing you blind. Again, nothing useful. I can now get behind the bar over here because I'm in a security outfit. Let's see if there's anything useful in here. I have most of my stuff, so probably not real weird thing that I don't get anything. Ooh. Propane tank. Okay. That could work. Let's see, where is... Oh, she's up there. Right. We can just snipe her from the bushes over here. Oh, and of course, Mr. Security Guard over there just casually walking over here now. Oh, of course. Oh, look at him. It's him. Oh, and if I do it from here, she... Huh. Fuck. Oh, she went inside again.
Man, thought
Fuck.
I heard something. Checking it out, over.
I'll take that, please. Thank you.
Ah, crap, not again.
Oh, somebody saw that?
Man, you read me.
Let's skedaddle then.
You look like you're in need of some hard.
Lady, she's here? Wait, what? That's new. And she doesn't like me. Oh, because I'm in an enforcer outfit.
Yeah, keep it real.
Keep it real. Yeah. And then I have this dude. He'll also be enforcing. Okay. Can deal with that. She's now in here. What? Oh, she was in there alone. That was my chance. And she goes in here. Bugger. Does she come out here? Oh, I can see her moving from here. Fuck. Hey Arna, welcome. Welcome. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, she goes. Hey dude, how's your headache? Yeah, she will come out here. If I shoot her from here, that dude will see. Unless I go all the way over here. Okay, let's try it. Go for broke, right?
Syndicate member eliminated. Well done, 47.
Okay.
Huh. Well, wow. Damn, you throw like, well, me. Just keep practicing, my friend. We'll learn it someday.
Where do you shoot these things so they... Well, at least I'm safe here from prying eyes. Oh, I gotta be careful that he doesn't spot me shooting. Or he doesn't. Paint tank is over there. What do we have? Oh, I have the I have the bomb I can use. No need for me to be squishy about it. Goodbye.
This will surely be a blow to the Syndicate.
Okay, let's see. Supplier dropped there, and there's nothing else, so
Get back to the safe
I can
house.
leave,
I'll
right?
be in touch.
Oh, the exit is over there. Oh, I didn't blind the target. You idiot. Oh well. And I even brought the flash grenade for that. Specifically. I could have dropped the explosive, dropped the flash grenade, blind him, blow him up, and get him. Hey there, Krypton Cake. Welcome. Have a great happy Friday, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and welcome. Hey, Arna. Sorry, I did... how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. And I hope you're doing well as well. This wonderful Friday afternoon. 2 failed. Oh, we got through the alerted map. That's the most important part. Got out. Okay, 4,000. I can work with that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I'm going to another alerted
Impressive
map
work you
because
did
I
back
want to
there.
get those.
I'm
I don't
ready.
want to do a
You've got
showdown
the
on an
next
alerted map.
assignment.
Let's get rid of all this stuff I'm carrying. Okay. Let's see. Mendoza or Santa Fortuna? Let's get to Santa Fortuna first. 4 targets and 1 of each. Okay. So we have a safe there and a courier. Why are they pushing the silent assassin no firearms? Yeah, and the stupid thing is the seeker and the calmer also count as a firearm, even though it's not a firearm, it's using air. But it is what it is. Let me see, what do we have for me? Key hack, yeah. Okay. Got that. So what are we gonna do? Timed, I don't like time. Passable with the baseball bat. How many targets did I have? 4. I guess I can do that. Okay, so what outfit are we gonna use? Let's see.
Sure, why not?
The Sangfroid suits in classic. Ooh. Sangfroid in classic. Sangfroid, that's the red one. That's the crimson one. The Sangfroid. There we go. Okay. Then we need to blind the target. Or blind the guard. Okay, whatever. I can retake the flash grenade. Okay, distract target. Okay, we can use a coin for that. Oh yeah, I need a baseball bat. The bat. Oh, I'm pretty sure if you get knocked over this with... shall I take this one? This is 4. This is the same size and it's only 2. Okay, I'll take this one. And then I need a gun. Okay, take no damage. Blind the guard, I've got the flash for that. Distract the target, I'll have to find a coin or something. And pacify with the baseball bat. I've got to knock him over the head. And then, yeah, for my own thing, I'm gonna take this. Yes. Okay, let's go upstairs. Oh, we have a safe, so I'm gonna take the bomb. Don't know if I'll need it, but it's for the courier. Nice little banana. Fuse cell, the bag of gunpowder. Yeah, I know I'm overweight. Okay. Okay. Take that. 11 out of 15. Okay. Let's see what Cheney has to say. Hello.
You ever have any leftover spaghetti? Send it my way.
Leftover spaghetti. Still no coin over here. Okay. And it's hard to see in the dark where to go. Is there a coin over here? Yes. I've got a coin, people. Okay. Let's go.
Safe journey, 47.
Safe can be opened by scanning nearby clues. If you get wounded, there will be great consequences. Right over there.
Welcome to Santa Fortuna, Colombia. We have intel that the Syndicate is active in the area. But this is not going to be easy. Previous actions have put them on high alert, so you need to be tactical. Don't disappoint, 47.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Oh, gotta remember to buy a gift for my wife after the transit.
There a box in here? No, but there is a crowbar in here. Let's see if there's none of these guys in the cave somewhere. He's in the mansion though, and in the plantation. Got 4 targets. Oof. And that's in the fishing village. This is nearby. Oh, so the.
This is the worst place to get lost. I look like a goddamn tourist.
I want to change outfit to this guy, but I don't have anywhere to put him. Oh, I do. Why can't I take his outfit? Oh boy. I knocked him out specifically to get his outfit, but I guess not. Hi sir, can I interest you over here? Oh, that's an enforcer outfit, so you'll see right through that as well. Okay. Let's not and say we did. Let's see, what is her thing? Oh, there's the courier. Yeah, there's no way I can shoot her from here. If I make her sick, I don't know what she's is she gonna puke over here?
Oh, meeting Steve Power in a local bar in a tiny village like this. I mean, he's only the biggest celebrity tattoo artist in the world.
Let's go over to the shoddy village. Let's see what's up with that. Maybe we can easily get somebody over here. Totally depends on where they are though. Oh, you're over there.
How they had 15 guys in lockup in Mala.
Oh, it's you. Oh. Can I get the bartender outfit? It should not be too hard, right?
No. No hay problema.
Ah, the lady. Oh! I remember now. There's coins over here.
No. No.
Facilito. A monkey could fix this thing.
No.
Turn on.
Ladies, I'm trying to make a phone call here. Buzz off, will you?
Ay, ándate la mierda.
Say what?
Okay. Put you in the box. Okay. So now I can get close. That's good. See, now they're not enforcing against me anymore. Let's see, maybe I can get him inside. Hopefully the lady doesn't see that.
But I think he's on the mend now. Good luck.
Ay, wow.
Hey, you wanna not do that?
My husband.
Why are you in here, dude?
Si sería tan amable, do you mind giving me some privacy here?
Do you mind giving me some privacy here?
Sorry, jefe, but I'm in the middle of something and you need to leave.
I don't know. The Delgado cartel is very sensitive around here. The problem is he's essential to the project.
If I knock him out, will people freak out?
Our house. They want to go back as soon as possible.
Shouldn't be, but because nobody's looking this way.
Tell me about it. I've got to go home and finish.
Well, I've got to be careful of him. Nobody's coming in here. Oh. Oh, now he's going for the distraction. Good, 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 good. Okay.
Must turn on.
Okay, put that away.
Syndicate member eliminated. Well done, 47.
There we go. Objective completed. Okay. There's nobody there. There. Okay, let's see what the dealer has for me. Of course, he's in here. Hombre.
Hey, you need anything? I got some cool stuff.
Yeah, boss.
I do need my vitamins.
The tripwire, okay.
Thank you. You know where I am if you need anything else.
You don't have anything else. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm hearing a box here.
No, discúlpeme, señor, disculpe. I can let you go through.
Just go quick.
I've got my order.
Oh, there's also coins over there if I would need them. Okay. Let's see, how are you gonna deal with this lady? You don't have anything else?
Did you see the poster?
Exactly. I cleaned them out.
Have you heard about David's new friend? She's apparently a really sweet, wealthy American woman. Also, she's 75.
Can I get you over here, lady? Oh, he's hearing that, but not her.
Get all the gossip off your chest.
What?
Wonder. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, they will hear that. Not her. Well, I could snipe her from here with the pistol.
Not good at all, man. Oh, my hands are
And then exit stage left. I'm a bit worried about him. She's not a smoker, is she?
Man, they said it was around here. Why can't I find it? Stupid.
Stupid, stupid. Hi. What to do, what to do? Can I get up there maybe?
How may I be of assistance today, senor?
Sorry, you can't be of assistance today. Oh, I can't get in there. That's a blind corner. Okay. What about this?
Look like a goddamn tourist.
Well done, 47. This will surely be a blow to the Syndicate.
Nice. Okay, now these two. Let's see. Okay. I'm in the cinema, so I think I could get away with changing into a gardener outfit. Or Oh, where's the safe, by the way? Is that near here or is it in here? Dealer is over here. I gotta clean you out. Oh, in the Martinez compound. Okay. It's over there. Oops. Let's go here. People are freaking out.
Take him down!
Let's see, where is it? Upstairs? Yeah, level 1. Okay, so.
Get out of here. I got it, I got it.
I don't think he'll hear that if I shoot that. That is usually not the case. Okay. And then the safe is over there somewhere. Oh. Crap.
Excuse me, sir. You're not allowed here. There's trouble. Haven't you been paying attention?
What?
Okay. You should lure into the building. I'm not here. Nobody saw me get in here. Okay, so I need to change outfits. This can go sideways very quickly. Nope. Nope, I'm not touching my keyboard. I don't want to exit accidentally because I'm obviously pressing some keys on my keyboard. It's way too busy here. Okay, so they're calming down. Okay, okay. But I'm compromised, so I need another outfit. I can turn into him, right? Oh, ooh. Oh, maybe I can go into the village, become a mechanic or something. Everybody's alerted. Of course, the... okay. Book it. Crap! I was hoping to prevent that, but... Crap, I can't look behind me. I don't see any white dots on the map near me, so that should be good. I could go down there. Take a soldier disguise? Yeah, that's what I intend to do. But, well, if I'm a soldier, I am... it's difficult to get close to the other target, but it is the best target to get around. Let me see. A soldier outfit will get me here. No, I need the blue guy's outfit in the plantation, and in here. Oh, I don't. I could take another outfit. Okay, everybody's calmed down. Good. Okay, let's get a soldier in here.
Okay.
Soldier will give access to the safe. Ah, well, that's a good point.
Okay, you stay here. I'll take a look.
Bonk. Give me your outfit. Okay, cool. Soldier outfit acquired. This, and this. Okay. Let's get back to the safe. Let's just give this another try. Oh, he doesn't like me. Ooh. Let's hope these dudes do like me. Hey dudes, how you doing?
Joe, I say hi.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
Fine, but doesn't everyone
Oh, they don't like me at all. Okay, but at least there's no panic here at the moment. He doesn't like me. So where is this freaking safe? It's right over there. It's right over there. Okay. Oh boy. This is not good. Oh, maybe I can. Before. Oh no, that's not a. Where is the other thing? All the way in the corner over there? Oh, that's a box. There's a box downstairs. Shall I lure somebody outside, or should I just kill them? I don't want to start a riot again. So where is he going? Oh, he's not going downstairs. Okay. And there's the other thing.
Oh no. Do you need help? Hello?
Camera. This could get hairy very quickly. There we go. 3.1 mercies. Well, that was a big... I think I have all these weapons, but just want to get out of here just in case. Now they can go freak out if I leave the premises. Oops. Sorry, dude. I walked into the car all the way over there. So... what's the easiest way to get there? Through the plant, then I'll have to go all the way around. Best ways to go that way.
I look like a goddamn tourist.
I look like a goddamn tourist. Bum 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 bum. But this soldier isn't allowed in the compound, so I'll have to switch outfits again. Fuck, the gardener isn't here. Can I see these two from over here? No. Crap. Some other guard disguises have access to the coke field too. Does this have access to the coke field? That's interesting. No. I need my briefcase, sir. Oh, the villa guards have access. Yeah. Oh, there's no... Oh.
I guess so. He's not one to give up.
There we go. Switch outfits. Cool. Do you have anything special? No. The line of coke there. Okay. Cool. Now I'm a villa guard. I gotta watch out for him. And him. Turn around. Thank you.
Guess it comes with the territory, but you're very ripped, sir.
Thank you. I do work out. Okay. Who are you? Oh, you're that dude? Oh, I can snipe you from the tunnel, man. Maybe even... Ah! Oh, there's nobody here. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh, now we have to deal with this dude. Where are you? Oh, you're at the bar. I'm gonna get rid of you first. Coin. Strange notice. Because I don't want to start popping off guns from here and he's over here. Oh. Okay, get you in here. Get wrecked. Okay. Can I get you over here? Ooh, I can. I can.
I'm checking out some weird noise.
Hopefully he's behind this. I can shoot him in the head. Nobody sees him before I can move on to that. Oh, I need to blind a guard. Oh, well.
Excellent work,
Done.
47. You've spread fear within the Syndicate.
Okay, cool. Well then. Who the hell is he? Oh, he's the chopper pilot. He's talking to that dude. If I do this, they will see. Oh, is this the old man? Yeah, it's the head honcho. He's in here. They hear that, but they don't hear that.
¿Eh? ¿Will you? Sí, por supuesto.
Oh, I do have the bomb. Can I throw that through the window?
I'm not like the CSI, you know? Maybe it was just the wind or the...
No, you can't. Crap. Ooh, it's a locked door too. Bugger. It's all locked.
Great to see somebody doing their job.
You're the machine goes more bad than good.
I can't believe it. Are they just going to fire us all? Think about how...
Let me see. Will he see this? He'll never know till he's trying, right? Oh, maybe I can peekaboo him out here. What if I put the makeshift explosive right here? Hey, dude. Can you come out here? Dude, come on. Fuck me. Come on, dude. Over here. See me. Notice me, senpai. Why isn't he seeing me? Ah, fuck me. I can't put that there. He isn't swayed by that. Turn off the ventilation. Yeah, but if I do that, they will see that. That's a bit of a problem because I'm not allowed to do that as the guard. Okay. And then they will panic and they will panic and then the entire thing goes to shit. That's why I'm not wanting to do that. Can I? Let's try this. Did I pick up the gun? Yeah, I picked it up. What if I do this? No?
You're the machine goes more bad than good.
Oh, but now... I think I can. I wonder if that's close enough, but oh, she's enforcing. So now my thing is inside. Let's peek through the window and see what's up with that. Oh, it's right at his feet. That's good. Oh, I need to. No. I need to not. I don't want to go yet. Just yet. I'm gonna go over here.
Syndicate member eliminated. Well done,
Okay.
47.
Good.
Return to the safe house. Collect yourself. I'll be in touch.
We did have a courier. Where's the courier? Where's the courier? He's here in the cartel hangout. Okay. Might not be worth it going for him, but we can blind some guards or a guard. There we go. Let's see, how's things looking on this side? Oh, they're panicking. Let's go over here. I'm going for the chopper. Everybody is an enforcer right now.
Thank you. You've done your part. Now leave it to the pros.
Okay.
Yes, I think we're good.
We just gotta get out of here.
For future reference, we're gonna need saving much quicker than
Ooh, and we're out of there. Yeah. So I'm not reading. I should read. You're right. I should read chat a bit more. But yeah, I was kind of distracted by the thing. Clues will be on the ground floor too. Yeah, it's in the room or in the room adjacent, so it could be top or bottom rooms too. But yeah, thank you for the tips though, Krypton. Got a perfect run there. But yeah, turning off the ventilation would freak them out, so that's why I didn't do it. I know you can, but it's it's annoying that it's right in a spot where there's 3 people watching you. Shoot it! Oh, you can also shoot the ventilation to turn
Excellent
it off?
work back there,
Interesting.
47. Let me know when you're ready to continue.
Right.
I'll be waiting.
But yeah, it was an alerted map, so it's always a pain in the ass. Be careful. Okay, so Mendoza, let's go there. 4 targets, 2 couriers and a safe supply. Okay. Specify guards with a concussive explosive. There are, let me see. I want to check it. Mendoza, so that is Hitman 3. And then, let's see, fire extinguisher. We got 2 extinguishers. One is in the staff locker room, okay. And one is, oh, in the little thing by the security room. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Silent Assassin is not gonna work. Sniper kill epic. Okay, we can do that. And then, oh, what's in the box? Remote gas explosion. Let's take that. Don't need it for now, but unsilenced pistol kill. Okay, so. But I can just take a pistol from one of the guards, so I don't need to bring that. They have unsilenced pistols, right? Right. Concussive. Maybe bring one concussive just in case. Concussion grenade. Oh yeah, sniper rifle. Would almost forget my sniper. It needs to be an epic, so that's this one. The Ave Maria one. Okay, cool. Sniper, I got distract target. Nah, that's not too hard. Passive, I got with concussives. I'm gonna use the fire extinguishers. That should be good. On Silence Pistol Kill, I will get from a guard. Okay, that should be it. Let's see if what kind of outfit we're gonna wear.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free.
You are a pirate. Okay, so pirate in themed. Pirate. There we go. The Buccaneer. Yeah, okay, I got everything for that. Let's take the, make an explosive, take a banana. There were 2 couriers, right? How much room do I have? Oh, I have plenty of room. Let's make a bomb. Put some light in the door. Okay. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Fabricate. Thank you very much. Take that. And those are, do I need like a key card? Is it handy if I have that? I think so. So maybe I should bring a key card with me. There's no coin here. I'm gonna...
Brum, brum. Looking good today.
Gonna go get the key card. Because there's some doors that need a key card to open. Well, I do have a universal key on my back. It's better to have one, I guess. Let's see, key card, okay. And then something else, a lockpick maybe. Is there? I don't know if there's anything that's. Oh, do I have? Isn't there a lockpick in here? Yes, it's way cheaper. Okay. So a coin and the grapes could be used as a slippery thing. The grape knife. Get the grapes. Okay, and then, let's see, is there a coin here? No, no coin here. Crap, so I'll have to find one. Oh, there's coins in the theater down below, where there's also propane tank there. Should be fine. Should be fine.
Welcome to Veneto Yates, Argentina. The Syndicate is currently operating in the area. Find them and eliminate. But watch your step. They're on high alert. It's not going to be easy. Don't disappoint, 47. Good luck.
I came as quickly as I could. Yes, sir, I have the files. Sorry it took so long, but I've had to access our remote server to print everything.
I have to snipe the sniper.
Sorry, sir.
Yep. Okay. We can do that.
Sir, this is a no-go. You can't pass through.
Should take the black. Yeah, that's right. That's you're entirely correct. I should have. Then I can roam free in the mansion. But do I need to go to the mansion? That's the question. Villa basement. Well, yeah. True, true, true. Well, we'll make it a challenge, right? Is there anyone in the... I can snipe in the... thing? No, there's nothing here. They're all here. This is the dock. Oh, okay. I need to get in there. Okay, let's go this way. Go in the back way. You can pick up a coin right here. Coin me. Is there anything useful in here? Nothing. Guess that's only during that one story mission.
You got cash? I might have something to sell.
Yes.
A ducky. Okay, cool.
If you need anything else,
another coin.
You know where to find me.
And another banana. That's right. I forgot there was a banana here. Oh, look. A fire extinguisher. I can use that to knock out guards. They're both guards, right? I can use it on them. Should I take... Yes, I should.
Wow. Hey, can you start doing something in your life and go check that out, will you? No problem.
You do something with your life and go check that out.
Hey, one thing
Nobody's the wiser. Okay, cool. Let's put you in here. Okay. Let's get your outfit. Why can't I... Oh, is it because it's alerted I cannot get his outfit because I killed him? Is that the thing? Okay.
Just don't get the whole natural splendor thing.
Ah, good bagels, though.
Okay. Okay. Fucking fuck that. That outfit, good. Okay, there's no box here, but that's... Oh, there is a box here. Just in case somebody gets in here. I don't want to cause a panic. At least not just yet. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Now, for him. Can I snipe this dude from over here? I think so, if I get rid of these dudes over here. Oh fuck, he's coming over. He's coming up. Could have used this sniper, but okay.
Huh. The rich scratch their asses too when they think nobody's watching.
Don't be crude. Pay attention.
Oh no, it's got to be an epic. Right.
We've been at this for months. Ever since the 1% killings began.
Well done, 47. This will surely be a blow to the Syndicate.
Okay. Oh. I think I can do this. That's my distraction. Cool, cool, cool.
Excellent work, 47. You've spread fear within the Syndicate.
Yeah, I can't reach them from here because they're behind the... they're in the village and in the security room. Okay. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get to the villa. But you're right, the midnight suit would grant me free access to the villa. That's on me.
En el nombre de Cristo.
In the name of Cristo. In the name of Jesus Christ, what are you doing here? Okay. I need that beret's outfit, I guess. Oh, I am in the right outfit, I guess. Okay. No, that's not the right outfit.
You probably keep something weird inside. Weird? Like how? All my clients have kept something weird in their safes, especially when it's a basement safe. Basement safes are where you keep the juicy stuff. Whoa.
I saw that. That was not what I meant to do. See, okay, they're not panicking yet. That's good. Fuck me.
How unfortunate. It rather
because my
appears that
entire
you ran out of
campaign.
luck.
Fuck off.
back to the drawing board, 47.
How the hell did they see that, man? And it's like it spread far quicker than normal. This happens to me all the time, always on the last leg of the campaign. Always the same shit. That's why I don't play it very often. Fuck me, man.
I'm sorry to say, but failing your campaign has resulted in the Syndicate disappearing off the grid. But we know that
Where the fuck did my aim go? I was shooting at the guy's head, but constantly missing.
Let me know when you're ready for your next assignment.
Sad, yeah, it is. Fuck, man. I lost every fucking thing again. See if we can lose any more money. Ah, gain some money. Okay. Fuck. Why isn't this interactive? I need to do something here. I am going to take a pee. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Bad pistol for shooting. Yeah, I can snipe people across the map with that fucking thing. And now it's, oh well. Let's get over it. Let's just start again. I was hoping I could finish the campaign today, but yeah. Okay, let's fuck off with scale. Mendoza, Dubai, Mendoza. Kaido, Dartmoor, New York, Sapienza. Okay. Yes. Dartmoor, where to... Dartmoor. 2 targets and a supplier. Okay. 2 targets and a supplier. There's only one disguise. Oh. Silence pistol kill epic. Guess we're losing this one then. Take this one. Eliminate guards with a sniper. And I lost my favorite sniper. I guess I'll take the other one. This is silent, right? Guess not. No, that's not silence, it's featherweight. Oh well, I guess I can take this one. Okay. Use only one disguise. Okay, silence pistol kill. Yes, yes, yes. To Dartmoor. Dartmoor. Wait, what? Okay, cool. Okay, let's go hunting. What did we have? Only a supplier and 2 targets. Okay. So I don't need anything else. Let's just go. Let's get this over with. I'm fast.
Safe journey, 47.
Yeah, what I said, I sniped on scale from the harbor start. I sniped the guy, sniped the constant all the way up in the glass house on the top of the castle. I sniped him with the Krugi.
Welcome to Thornbridge
the
Manor.
same kind of bloom
the
as the other.
Syndicate is currently operating in the area.
So
Find them and eliminate. Be careful, 47. And most of all, good luck.
I can't snipe him from here. No, I can't. Fuck. How many fucking bullets does it take? Give me your gun. Bum 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 bum. I should have taken out my sniper. Oh well. There's enough other guards here that I can snipe.
Yes, there's so much to do before the funeral tomorrow.
Silence pistol kill epic. So I need this one.
Hotel booked, car packed, all ready to go when I got the call.
Okay. Oh, is that the Undertaker? Oh, it's the guard. Okay. That's a second guard. Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Thought I heard something. Checking it out. Over.
What? Excellent work, 47. You've spread
Okay.
fear within the Syndicate.
Another enforcer. Oh, it's one of them. Okay. Whoop. There's nothing but guards here. Okay. Sniper rifle.
Well done, 47. This will surely be a blow to the Syndicate. Return to the safe house. Collect yourself. I'll be in touch.
What the?
That's one down. Next. Oh. I think my game might be crashing. Beep, 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 beep. God damn it. Come on, man. There we go. It crashed. Same bug too. Yeah, it's been unstable for a while now. Ever since I think the Bruce Lee DLC, it's been very, very flaky. But yeah, we'll have to live with it, I guess. Okay, freelancer. Hopefully it registered that I finished this map. Doesn't turning service down now? Yeah. If they do, I'll have to find something else, or maybe go through Peacock or
Good work
something.
back
But
there.
yeah.
The Syndicate took a serious blow, but there is still much work to get done. Recuperate and prepare for your next assignment.
Okay, next. New York. Where shall we do the showdown? New York or Sapienza? Let's do it in New York, so go here. Silence, firearm, kill, eliminate guards with a sniper. Okay. Let's take the sniper. Okay. Silenced firearm kill. Okay, that's basically what we always do. Go here. Peacock's best option if that happens. Yeah. And then let's see. Silenced firearms. I have that. Guard sniper. Perfect shooter. Oh, fuck me. Collateral kill explosion. On one target. So how that I can't combine that with silence firearm kill. Time trial. Silence is nah. Whatever. What's in the box? I don't need that. Totally forgot again. One of everything. Okay. So there's a safe and a courier. Constantly doubting myself here. Sniper rifle, silenced firearm, perfect shooter. Okay. Sapienza. So let's see. Casual tourist. Summer Suave. Okay. And then for the I need a banana and well I can find some coins if I don't get one. Explosives for the I don't think I have another objective to use the explosive on the safe, so But yeah, I'd rather have it and not need it. You know the drill. Okay, and I did take the banana, okay. Coin me up, game. Give me a break for a change. No coin there. God damn it.
Brum, brum. Looking good today.
Brim, brim. A coin here. Yes, there's coin is here. Okay. Yoink. Let's go.
Bon voyage, 47.
Hopefully I don't spawn in like the caves or something. That would be crap. Hey, that's not the suit I was wearing when I left.
Welcome to Sapienza. We have intel that the Syndicate is present in the area.
Where
Find
is he?
the person and, well, you know the drill. Don't disappoint, 47.
Don't disappoint, 47. Okay, he's in the... Okay. Okay. Okay, I gotta snipe guards with a sniper. Okay. We can do that. Let's see, there's... Can I reach them from here? Oh, I can reach them from here. Oh wait, there's 2 guards right over here. No.
Please, you gotta help.
Oh crap, crap.
Somebody's been doing a lot of killing. We have a security breach, but don't worry, the pros are here. Watch and learn.
Whoa. Crap.
There was a dead rat. Stay vigilant, sir.
22 seconds. Why do I have so little time?
Excellent work, 47. You've spread fear within the Syndicate. Get back to the safe house. I'll be in touch.
Command, this is Red Leader.
What's going on? There's been a security breach?
Yeah, they're shooting up people, man.
It's a little late to back out now. Let's go show them what the face of death looks like.
Okay, let's see. There's a safe. Where is the safe? Where did they hit the safe? Oh, it's in an observatory. Okay, we can get there. We can get there. We can get there.
No, gotta keep moving.
Let's see, the observatory is up there, right? Give me your clothes, please. Where's the box over there? There we go. Look at this. Oh, the box is on the other side, of course. Of course. Hi, Cheddar. Welcome, welcome. The clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Old
Yeah.
family clips from his childhood. Camcorder stuff.
Oh, this is the.
I used to watch him all the time.
There we
Oh,
go.
well, my cousin does digital conversions in his basement.
Briefcase stashed. Crap.
Yeah, that's it.
I found my briefcase. I'll have to go and have to retrieve my briefcase. Where is the other thing? Down here? Crap. Downstairs, maybe? In here? No. It's not here. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Where is it? I don't want to blow it up. It can be up here, theoretically. It's not here. Not in here. I'm way off. I need to go there. It's too far away. It can never be here. Where the hell is he? Over there. Where the hell is it? I don't see it downstairs. Can I get down from here? Oh, it's this loser. That's a box. I thought there was a... the stairs only goes up. Oh, maybe it's up here? Up here, maybe... No. If I can't find it, I'll just have to blow it up. And that's the PCR. The fuck, man? Oh, that's a box. Okay, I guess we're blowing it up. Okay. Let's see. We're couriers, right? Where the? Yeah, there's a courier and a supplier. Where's the supplier? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, and where did I bring my briefcase? Supplier is downstairs. Oh, he's in the cellar garage. Okay, okay, I know where that is. And I took my thing from here. Where is my briefcase? Suitcase. Over here. They took it all the way over here. Okay. I need that because that's where my sniper is. Let's get down first.
Have a great day.
And this mansion. Ah. God damn it. So nothing is working like I need it to work. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me today. They are in here. No, you're around the corner. Yeah, that's what I thought.
You have no idea.
Oh crap, I shouldn't have bought that.
If you need anything else, you know where to find me.
Let's go grab the other sniper rifle and then just throw it, and in the last minute I take it out. And because I'm not allowed to carry this, right? Right. We can manage.
What the? You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, just saw you do it. So it was mad.
Go see about it.
Damn. You throw like.
Hey!
What? That's just the result of poor parenting.
Let's get out of here. Oh boy. At least I got my sniper rifle back. And my other gun. Right. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Just redeemed applause.
Thank you. All right. All right. Yeah, if I would have walked out of there with the sniper rifle on my back, that would be all hell breaking loose because of the two guards. And if I did it outside on the
Excellent work back there.
open area, then the guards upstairs would do that. So that's why I threw it all the way to the car. No, I didn't pick up the empty briefcase, right? Because I both of them were full, and I threw them, and then from the one that was on the ground, I picked up the thing. Or did I? Yeah, I fucked it up. That's also a good possibility. I did fuck it up. Fuck. Oh, there go my mercers. Oh well. See, that's what I get for trying to do it quickly. Crap. Oh well.
How unfortunate. That will affect your final payment.
Krypton cake just redeemed. How unfortunate.
You're right. You're right. Okay, showdown for it. 111. Okay.
Well done, 47. We now know the current whereabouts of the
Kill only
syndicate leader.
targets.
I've provided you with new intel.
Poison the guard. Oh, I can't because I lost this. Oh, wait, I have... Oh, this suit only. Let's see. Let's get the assassin's gun and this one. Okay. Okay. So collateral kill. There's the matador. Poison the guard. Silence. How can I get a collateral kill with firearms if I have if I need to do silence? Oh my god. Sometimes these objectives, they contradict each other. That's a bit of a thing. Time to get disguises. I hate timed. Yeah, but then I wouldn't be silenced pistol kill. So I have a silenced pistol kill and a silenced kill only targets. That would contradict my... they're contradictory. So suit only is my only option if I want to try to go for a perfect run. Okay, let's see. Oops. I pressed the wrong button. Give me a second. Streaming, yes. Let's see. Let's go, let's go.
Perfect.
Temper suit and 7 deadly sins, okay. 7 deadly sins temper suit. Temper suit. Ooh. Feel like in the Matrix, man. I know they're longer black coats, but yeah. I have everything. It was one of everything, right? So I need the banana and the coin. I know I'm foregoing the couriers a lot today, but yeah. New York. So we can rob the safe. Maybe. Do we dare? I guess otherwise we have no balls, right, if we don't do that. Only one target? Yeah, only one target. That's a bit of a thing. Because it's the it's a showdown, so you only have one target, right? Oh, coin is over here. Yoink. So the first priority is getting the target, and then we do the rest of the stuff. Because in this map you can kind of move around with the suit only. It's not as hard as in some of the other maps.
Welcome to New York. It's
Find the
time
prophet.
to put an end to them. The leader is currently operating in the area.
Up there.
However, we have very little intel on their identity. On the other hand, we do know this. They are here for an exchange. As for their identity, we know that they have blonde hair. They are wearing glasses. They are wearing a hat and has a tattoo. We also know that the target enjoys reading, and we know that they suffer from allergies. I'm sorry we don't have more. Be careful, 47. And most of all,
All
good luck.
upstairs.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, it is.
Come by later.
I need to ask you a few questions. You are working late last night.
Glasses, hat, tattoo. Yeah, I can't see the tattoo from here. Blonde. Yeah, okay. It could be him. It's a showdown, didn't know that. That's why I said something about shut. Yeah, I figured. But it's, yeah. It is what it is.
Sure thing, Mr. Perez. I left around 10.
Yeah, they took away that you can sneak around like that.
No, nothing like that. I was working on
I think I can.
Director Savalas has moved the goalpost on the number of closures. There were a few others working on the
Let's see. Ooh, Semtex block. Okay. Anything else? Yeah. Oh, that goes down, not up. You idiot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. I thought he would come in here. Okay. Okay, let's see. Does Sir have a tattoo? Yes.
Easy, man.
There's your tattoo. Blonde hair, the hat, the glasses. I am gonna say you're my primary target, sir.
I'll see you later, okay? Love you too. Bye.
Assassin nearby. Who's the assassin? Him? Oh, but I can't go upstairs now. I can.
Each time
Hi.
Hey, all good?
Hi.
Is that a handover? I think you should investigate.
It's the right meeting, okay.
My end of the bargain. I hope you keep yours.
Everything is going...
This is the assassin.
Look, I gotta go. I'll be in touch. Yeah, okay. I'll see you.
Okay.
Wonder why the icon isn't showing up for her. Are you going down again, sir? Okay, okay.
I guess.
You are too much.
Frank,
Do you want to talk what sentence
you run ruiner.
you're gonna kill this interview? Let me give you some pointers, but first.
Now, what else does he
Do you have a
do?
girlfriend?
Allergic
Well,
and a
I'm
bookworm.
glad to hear
Okay.
that. It would have
Sir, I need you to sneeze.
You are a tiger. I can see that. You believe in astronomy. So, forget about it. The only person who can make a change is yourself. And I can see that.
Never mind. I'm looking at the announcements.
There you go. You're making it beautiful. I'll give you my card, and I'll drop it. I have plenty of job opportunities.
Oh, isn't there like a coin here somewhere? No. Oh, I can use this. Oh, he's a sweet tooth. That's not him. So, not a prime suspect, not suspect. Crap. Okay, we ruled him out. Then the person he was with was also in that secret meeting. How about you, miss? Do you have tattoos? It's so hard to see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you have tattoos, glasses, a hat, and he's a blonde. So let's make you the prime suspect for now. Let's see what you're going to do. Do you have any allergies? Gotta be careful of the nobody's coming up here. Bookworm or sneezes? So are you gonna read? What are you gonna do, lady? Gotta be careful of the big boss. She's just standing there. Come on. Do something.
Hey, handsome.
Hi. Oh. You having another meeting?
Hello, sorry I'm late. A lot of things going down.
We're still talking here? Move
Sorry.
along, please.
Oh. Does he have tattoos?
Okay, I'm here. Let's get down to bit.
Excuse me, could you go linger elsewhere?
It could also be him.
Hi, good to see you again.
Sorry I'm late.
Good to see you. You got something for me?
Yeah, I have it. You guard it with your life, understood?
My people are on it. Don't worry. I have to run. Fine. Talk to you soon.
Alright, talk to you later.
Because she was waiting for that guy to arrive. That's why she wasn't... Oh, was he sneezing just now? Come on, dude. Show a tell, please. Oh, we got a sneezer. Oh my god, he's going up. Crap. Okay, let's see. Oh, you're, okay, sure, not the one. Okay. So it's probably him. Yeah, okay, sneezing. And he's reading. I think I have my target. Okay. So, question is, do I dare go upstairs? And is my silence assassin only valid until I kill him or something?
Hi there. Sorry for being late. It's just one of those days, you know?
The package. Have it?
It's here. Now I need your guarantee that everything is
Easy. I think you're getting a little intimidating. You should like them.
There's another blonde.
Ever let you down? Anyways, gotta run.
Does he have glasses or no?
Sure. See you around.
okay. I'll talk to you later. Stay safe.
No. Okay, he's coming down, I think. So he matches all three tells, so... Well, maybe... If he stays up there, I could always knock out the lady and get her phone and then lure him down here. Where is he going? Oh, he's sitting down again. Is he gonna stay up there now? What if I take his...
Wow. I get it. No problem.
Ah. Crap.
No, nothing here.
You don't say.
Man, why isn't he coming down? Why are you making my job so much harder, dude? Okay, so I gotta force some issues here. Where's the lady?
Okay, I'm here. Let's get down to business.
Oh, right.
Okay, where's the package?
I have it. Everything's set up on your end.
Everything is going to plan. Look, I gotta go.
Will they get here?
I'll be in touch.
Huh?
We should really check that out. Can you go have a look?
I'm on it.
Oh, got an unconscious suspect. Okay. Well, that could go south real quick. Well, as long as nobody comes in here, should be okay. Still up there.
No, I think I saw him go into the bathroom. He's been there for ages.
It's been there for ages.
Sound promising. Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let us know when he comes out.
Am I allowed to be here? Who cares? Okay.
Yeah, poor guy. He did well for us. I mean, he closed the Berman account, which netted the bank a cool $10 million. And does he even know yet?
From what I heard, HR poked him several times, telling him the director did not appreciate that sweater look.
Okay, go.
So that's why he's fired? The sweaters.
Yep.
Wow. Please come to the director's office. I feel like giving that bit... woman a piece of my mind. I gave this place everything.
Oh, that's, I think that's Coke Boy. Yes, okay.
Whoa.
Okay, so recorder has been dealt with. So where is my suspect? Oh, he's still further upstairs. Oh, crap.
Nothing here. Returning to post.
Okay, okay, we can get there. That should not be a problem. Okay. Where's my sus? Is he going down now? Really? He is going down. Oh, fuck. He's finally going down. Okay.
Can't believe it. I did every quota they threw at me.
Where is he? Where is he? Over here. He's level 2 now. Okay, so he's... What the hell? Oh, he's over there.
Fired.
Damn.
Walking in. I mean, I'm the one putting my neck out there. They don't care.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Christ. Hey, you!
Fuck!
Get out of here right now.
Well, there goes my silent assassin. Oh, fuck off. In that case...
Director's office.
I kill only targets. Whatever, man. I tried so hard and failed again. Okay, so where the hell are you? Second level, okay. Oh, they still don't like me. Oh, fuck off.
Huh? Okay.
Okay. Crap. Yeah, so you're my prime. I'm just gonna kill you.
Wow. Can you go and see what's going on?
Oh yeah, I get it.
Oh, no.
Christ's sake. Command, be advised, we have a casualty. Moving in.
Listen.
No. Where the fuck are you going? Why the fuck did my coin drop through the floor?
Ah, excellent.
What the hell? How the hell did my coin get here? Huh?
Huh? What the heck was that?
Not again, Nick.
Got him.
Good job, 47. You eliminated the leader. Return to the safe house. Collect yourself. I'll be in touch.
Poison the guard. Okay. Isn't it great how fast things go spiral out of control again? Hey, Canadian. Canadian. Yeah, it's... it can be fun, but it can also be very crap. Okay, got that done. Okay, so now shall we go for the save? Yes, we shall. Okay, let's get down there. Let's rob this place blind. And welcome, happy Friday, man. And you missed me. Missed me fucking up the last leg of the campaign. Oh, big boss is coming. Oh boy. It's all going 10 ways or sideways. Hello.
Greetings, sir.
Greeting. Hello.
I'm really sorry, but we've had to section off this area.
Let's grab the keys from this dude. Okay, and now get the outfit so I can get in there. Do I have a... I do have a card reader unlocked.
Oh, it's just stupid hot.
Okay. There's no chloroform. Do I have... I don't have anything. Well, let's just go on a killing rampage then, shall we? Big balls. Big balls of fire. Okay. Dude, I need you in here.
My dad came by the bank last week.
Is that it? Hey, you! This area's off limits. Hey!
I didn't want to do that, but yeah, okay. Let's not get into a shootout. Okay. Okay. Gun. Okay. Let's see. Who has the key card? You have the key card? No. Missing key card. Yeah. Who has the... Do you have it? Are you on it? No. Do you? Do you? Oh, I need this one. Right. He had the key to this. Get this. Get this. There we go. Open this. Bom, 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 bom. Bom, 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 bom. Pick up this, okay, and then that's of no use. Okay. The rest doesn't matter, right? There's no more mercers here. Maybe in the safe deposit boxes. Oh.
Time to step up your game. Man, yeah.
Time to step up your game. Yeah. Let me get this. poisons, whatever. I don't know which one contain cash and which one don't. So, there we go. 800 Mercers.
And it's not good.
And it's not good. No, it's not. It's really not good. What do we have here? Files. What's in here? We have nothing.
Come on, dude. Time to go to work.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir. Let's gold bar. That doesn't do anything for me. Go in here. That doesn't. That contains a bomb. Mercers. 1300. Okay. This is just a bomb, right? Yeah.
Roger, Command. Nothing tangible yet. Still looking.
Will do. Out.
Boot up!
It's a knife. Chloroform. Okay.
I told him that. He kept on. Said it was rumored that the bank was actually being run by some super secret group. You know, like the Illuminati or something.
Like the Illuminati or something. They're still dragging bodies. Okay. Yeah.
But I know the boss.
There we go.
Well done, 47.
Well
This
done,
will make
47.
anyone think twice before turning to a life of crime.
Okay. Silent assassin suit only is so hard in freelancer. But it was the only option I could see that would work out with all the other objectives. Oh well. Maybe I should have taken just one of the others and then be content that I don't get all the objectives.
You eliminated the syndicate.
Did you ever do the, I think it's called Monty Python exit from the level?
They have more affiliations.
I did do the jumping out of the window as the stockbroker. When the reference to the big crash, of course. If that's the one you're referring to. Let's see, how much do we get? 10k. Okay. And there's also the other exit. That's the side exit where the janitor is, and the dude that's just been fired talking to the security dude. That's also an exit door, but that's not Monty Python. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I might be wrong about the Monty Python thing. Oh yeah. What do we have? Flash grenade.
Yeah. You gotta get swifty. You
gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty. Well, welcome, Rennie.
Well, welcome
to my lair. Glad to have you here. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, we're about to start next one. Let's see, where do we go from here? Ambrose. Chongqing, Hokkaido. Oh, Hokkaido. Ambrose. Man, they're really pushing Ambrose. Bangkok, Miami, Mumbai, and Santa Fortuna. Okay, so this could be one. The Opinionator. Berlin, Dartmoor, Dubai, and United Arabs. Okay, this is also good. Good. Organist. This one, Bangkok, Colorado. I'm not a fan of that. So this one or this one? This one is poison a target with a sedative. Maybe. Classify guards unnoticed. This is blind a target.
I love it!
Thank
Rennie
you.
music gesture Dean love it.
Yeah. It's a bit of a toss-up over here. Ammo guerrilla warfare tactics against capturing children and vulnerable people, using them as involuntary donors. Berlin, Dartmoor, Berlin. Santa Fortuna. I'll go with this one. Yosh. We have an alerted map in Dartmoor, so that's the first one. If I'm gonna fail, I'll fail as soon as possible. 3 targets, 2 couriers. Oh my god. And one of the others. Man, they're really busting my balls here, right? Dartmoor, silent assassin. Suit only. Let's give it a go. And then poison the target with a sedative. Poison a target with a sedative, okay. Boop. Deadly throw. So that's like a shuriken, yeah, okay. Let's get a knife or something. I don't want to go into the kitchen because it's suit only. There is a hatchet outside. There's a knife on the well, which I could possibly get to, but yeah. Well, deadly throw could also mean just throwing a lethal melee item, so I could also throw like a screwdriver. Well, let's keep the shurikens on hand just in case. Let's get these. It's a good gun. You did the ET exit and the X-Files exit. Nice. The X-Files exit is on Berlin, right? That's a cool one. That's a really cool one. Sadly, it doesn't work in contract mode. It only works in if you do the story mode. But yeah, it's a cool exit. Getting abducted by the UFO. That's cool. The ET exit. Oh, the ET exit. Yeah, that's also on Berlin. Yeah, that's when you fly away with the bike. That I think you can do that always. But it's such a pain in the ass getting all the eggs and such. But it's a cool exit to do. Let me see. Let me remind myself. Okay, this is poison the guard. Poison a target with a sedative. I can use the same gun for this. Deadly throw I've got. Okay, so that's good. How many targets did I have? 3, right? Did I remember that right? 3 targets, 2 couriers, and 1 safe, 1 supplier. Okay. Dartmoor. Shall we don some hunting? Hunting attire. It's perfect for England, right? Let's go hunting. And then... Oh, I need some... I have 6... Oh, okay, I have plenty of space for bananas and some grapes. Grape knife. Oh, maybe I'll take this instead of the shuriken. Because then I can't lose it. You've done the Eminem DLC? Yes, I have. My run is on my YouTube. So if you want to take a look at that, it's in here. I have a playlist for elusive targets, so yeah, you can take a look at that, and then oh, I have. Let's drop the shurikens. Don't need that because I can throw the grape knife. And then we go here, looking for the coin, maybe. So I think I have almost all the ETs. Oh, there's no coin. Oh, there is a coin here. Okay. Let's build a bomb for the safe, just in case we can't find shit. I've had 1 or 2 times where I couldn't find all the folders or the things you need to crack to open the safe. So yeah.
That gun is no good.
That gun is perfect, my dude. It's an assassin's gun. Okay. Oh, it's around the corner. Duh. There we go. Grab the yes. Gunpowder. Fuse. Add some wires and shit. Perfect. There we go. And then I think we're ready to go. I have room for a womper, so that's good. Let's go.
Safe journey.
Turn on a light. It's a bit of. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Welcome to Thornbridge Manor. We have intel that the syndicate is active in the area. However, they're on high alert, so you need to be careful. Be careful, 47.
Okay. Let's see if we can do this silent assassin. We've done contracts on this Sasso 4, so dealer's all the way up there. Oh, it's the guard that's the, okay, he's easy. He's easy peasy. Yeah. I can make him the... he's still here. Okay.
Mary is so upset. She's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
And that detective asked to come here. Madam Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop?
There we go. Get our great knife.
I'm a professional. No need
Yes.
I got this.
I'm a professional.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I totally understand.
Hey, come out if anyone's there.
Syndicate member eliminated. Well done, 47.
Go. Yeah. What the?
She saw the gun. Need to get out of here because she's going to get the guy. Okay, let's get to a safe spot and then see where we need to go. Okay. It's in the dining room. Oh, that is where the main one of the main targets is, and this is the trophy room, library, combo. So I need to go around. Okay. That's good. When I try and just says link expired. Oh, I'm sorry. That is, yeah, that link. I need to update that link. Right. Let me see. Can I... Thank you for telling me, because I had some trouble with the Discord a while back and I removed that link for a while and I added a new one, but where the hell is my Discord, man? Discord. No, that... crap. Yeah, sorry, Shardy. The bot doesn't like links. Discord. Didn't I have Discord? I thought I had Discord open. Yeah, I had Discord open. So did my Discord crash or something? Weird. Let me generate a new link. Okay. And then we go to server settings. And then we have server tag, engagement boost, people, members, invites. Here we go. Create invite link. Create invite link. Okay. It never expires. And then generate new link. Copied. Okay. Oh, that is that should do it. I should edit the command. Give me a second. So that is Streamlabs commands, and then where is my Discord link? I wish I could filter. Oh, here it is. Edit. It. Alrighty then. Thank you for telling me, and then I can get back here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was on my way to the other side. Thank you, Shorty.
_waffles_ just redeemed applause.
Excuse me?
The lady came back. She went to fetch the security man. Yeah, the pistol is it's a magic pistol. It's a ghost gun. Okay, so why is he coming back up here? Okay. Oh, see, there used to be normally there's a knife here, so I'm glad I brought my own knife. Ooh, man, it's quite busy here. So I need to get in there. Because my target is there. Subscribe to YouTube and join the Discord. Well, thank you, man. Glad to have you. Now my Discord isn't too busy, but I'm also mainly a virtual photographer, and I post my screenshots in there. So if you see there's a link, there's a screenshots channel in there. You're free to post your own screenshots, and that's where I post my own stuff as well. So let's get rid of the camera right there. Oop. Oop, oop. Okay. Hey lady, can you come out here, please? Oh, she doesn't hear that, huh? Can I, like, put it right here? Hopefully that is so far away that she can't reach it. And she has to go around. Ooh. She doesn't hear that. What the? Are you kidding me? I don't want to shoot her out in the open. Maybe she'll see it. She doesn't.
Nice.
Crap! She could reach it. I guess the windowsill isn't wide enough. Okay, so how do I go about this? I could knock them both out. What if I do that? Oh, he found the body?
Hands off the body!
God damn it, man.
Asshole!
Oh, wait. Maybe since that is ruined anyway. Where is he? Oh, over here.
Control from Mike 1. I've now moved to grid figures 82175. Target is nowhere to be seen. Over.
Excellent work, 47. You've spread fear within the Syndicate.
Why does that always go sideways for some reason? Don't
good,
you
man.
dare engage me. Turn on the tap. Yeah, too late, man. Too late. Oh, he's even engaged. Oh my god.
Secure the perimeter. Acknowledged.
Oh, brother, this is spreading like a disease.
Command, I have nothing to report from my current location. Over.
Over. Just relax, boys, relax. Oh my god, it's even... Okay. Why don't you get in here, sir? Get a sedative gun out, because I need to, like... make you go sleepy sleepy. And he's a guard too, so maybe we get 2 in 1. Unless, because he's a target, they don't mark him as a guard, but yeah. There we go. And then snap.
Well
there we
done,
go.
47. This will surely be a blow to the Syndicate.
This will surely be a blow
You
to the
should get back to
Syndicate.
the safe house. I'll contact you later.
Let's see, where is the...
Did you give the Fitzpatrick token to Madame Carlisle's daughter?
Rebecca? Yeah.
Madame Carlisle's daughter.
He's insistent.
Is he... He's in the sitting room,
That
okay.
one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why
Yeah, he
gave
doesn't
it to
like
her, that
me.
sort of thing.
Why is he fleeing? What? 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 No, 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 no. Ah, crap. Oh, fuck me.
That's a great line.
Oh,
You better start concentrating on what's
Oh. Okay. Okay. We'll go to the safe first. Level 1, so I need to get upstairs. Okay. I can deal with you later. Okay. Let's get in here. In here. In here. Okay, let's see. Where's the safe? It's on the other side of the hallway. In the secret room. It's in here. Oh, I know how to get there. I know how to get there. Hello, sir. Yeah. I get a... Whatever. Where's the book? Over here.
A hidden door.
A hidden door. Ooh. Man, it's so fucking dark. Camera. That's 2. That's probably over here. No, it ain't. Fuck it. I don't want to go mucking about. Let's wait till that closes. I don't know if anybody's gonna hear that. Shouldn't be, but... Oh, they are searching. Okay, let's chill in here. Justin, see, he's coming in. Okay. I wonder why he heard that. Oh, he was in the hallway and there's only one door in there. So the two-door principle didn't apply to him. Huh. Interesting. God damn it. I'm not used to the shape of this gun, so... He's relaxing, so no need to shoot him. There should be... there's no knife here either. Man, they took away a lot of shit. Oh, he's going that way. Okay, good. Get in here. Here's the safe. 2.3k. The gun dealer is upstairs. Oh, okay, that's the maid.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get swifty.
You gotta get swifty in here.
It's time to get swifty.
Thank you so much for the follow. So, that's when we say... Oh, no.
Well. Welcome to my lair.
Did I understand correctly that I should give it to them?
Exactly.
Oh man, this is so dark.
I want her to have the file on Arthur Edwards.
Please stay back.
So she's in there, but he doesn't like me. Oh, he's turned around. Okay, cool. He doesn't like me. No. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. She's in here. Hello.
You want to buy some?
Oh, that lady. That lady. Oh yeah, no. I need you to go outside and distract the other dude for me when I want to leave. She's not enforcing against me, so... Okay, close the door. I said close the door. What do you have for me, lady? M'lady?
You look like you're in need of some hardware. If you got the cash, I got the product.
You got it.
I'll be around if you need more.
Okay. He's looking the other way. Good. We're safe on this side. Good. It's Carlisle. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, the courier was down here somewhere, right? He's over there in the sitting room. There he is. Hey, dude. Can you come out here?
Hey, pick that up.
You saw me, Wanna get you to the box over here?
What the fuck?
He hears the coin, but if you put it down, he doesn't react to it. That's a bit weird.
What the hell, man?
Man, we have some weird noises. I'll have a look around.
I heard some noises. Womper.
Ah, crap.
Bonk. There you go. Okay, let's get to the exit. Yes. Bum 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 bum. We did it.
I doubt that's true though. No, he was here when the safe in Madame Carlisle's office.
Bum 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 bum. Going over there. Good, good, good. There we go. I wish there was an exit inside the house. Yeah, like in Paris, where there's one in the basement. Yeah, this thing doesn't have a basement, so yeah. Maybe some Easter egg exit, that would be cool. Need some tips to complete showdowns. I always fuck up and die. Well, I fucked up and died during the showdown. My last show. No, there wasn't even a showdown. But yeah, for showdowns, it's I think the best tip I can give you is take your time. Don't try to rush it. Try to find out who it is, and then don't do any other objectives until you have done the target. That is, I think, the best advice I can think of. Because anything else you do might trigger the target fleeing. So if you knock out somebody and they find it, it will cause a panic. Even if you let the a courier slip on a banana peel, it could trigger a panic in the target and they leave. Yeah. And if you know who the target is, try to be subtle about it. Try to lure them someplace. You could see who they're meeting with and take, if you know who the target is and you can isolate the other one, then you could take their phone and then set up a meeting in a remote spot where there's no abundance of guards. That usually helps. So yeah, it's a few. I've attempted. It goes around 27 new campaigns and not one completed. I've been there, man. I've been there. I failed so many campaigns. Do you ever play the stock market in your vault? I sometimes do. And sometimes I lose some. Sometimes. Yeah, that's a few tips I can give you. Isk. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry. Let's see. Let's play the stock market. Isk. Yeah. Okay. But did I gain or lose? I didn't notice. I think I gained something. Oh no. Did I not? I forgot to. I lost some nurses. Oh well. It's random, right? Yeah, it's random. As far as I can tell. I sometimes try to match it up with the up and down thing of the graphic, but I think that isn't connected to anything. So it's a gamble. But that stock market is a gamble anyway. So in that way, it's not bad. You gained 3k, then lost 2k? Okay. That's weird, but normally I don't think you can play it twice in a row. That's weird. Okay. But if I gained 3k and then lost to something, then I'm still in the positive, right? 40k, man. Love the posters. Yeah, they're so cool. I picked out a few that were I thought looked the best. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Harder, better, faster, baller. Fortune favors the bold. Well, that's a match, ain't it? And then I've nobody will notice if there's nobody to notice. That's one of my favorite ones. Names are for friends. So I don't need one. Ah! Listen up.
Names are for friends, so I don't need one.
That is the one I was going to mention. Wayne Gretzky one. Lol. Hang in there. For the fiber wire. Do you need to use the bathroom? There's I don't know if you know. I think it's from an older Hitman game that where he says, "I need to use the bathroom." Break a neck. Excuse me, waiter. There's poison in my soup. So yeah, it's I like that one. Is there? Let's see. Do I have a different one for this one? The only good target is a dead target. Disguise for the job you want, not for the job you have. One tap to rule them all. One tap kills. Yeah. A good day's work ends in a boom. Death is in the detail. And let's see, what else do we have over here? So they're not all the same. Execution is the key to success. Caution, slippery floor, please proceed. Excuse me, does this smell like chloroform to you? Why take the elevator when you can climb? Yeah, so I like that one. Okay. So was there a different one for this one too? Let's see, what else do we have over here? It's all in execution. Alan, please add details. Always trust your instinct. Instinct mode. Yeah. Sometimes all you need is a little push in the right direction. Fall kills, yeah. So yeah. Okay, so well, I'm sorry I have to say, because this is going to have to be it. I think there was a soundboard on, on his PC, not this game. Oh, I have a soundboard, yeah. So I have this one.
Your future is death. Any questions?
And I have this.
I shall leave you to prepare.
So that's my soundboard indeed. The Canadianator is correct about that one. Can I sit here?
Send it my way.
Oh, I thought I could sit here. Okay. Yeah, I have a few sounds. So normally when I always forget it, but when I rob the safe, I should play this one. So I have a few. This one is from Falling Down. I don't know if you have seen that movie, but when I poison a drink and somebody drinks, I can play this one.
I don't think she likes the special sauce, Rick.
So yeah, I have a few of my own on my stream deck, so and I can play with that. Oh, I need to replace that one. There's also one. I should have played this when I failed.
That was wonderful. Bravo! I loved that. Oh, it was great. Well, it was pretty good. Well, it wasn't bad. Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though. It could have been a lot better. I didn't really like it. It was pretty terrible. It was bad. It was awful. It was terrible. Get him away! Hey!
Boo! Okay, guys, that is going to have to be it, because I need to start dinner. My wife is on her way home, so we are going over to, I think it's Red. Do we have any others? Seth is playing. We could go over there. Yeah, but Red is also playing. She is a very lovely lady. She basically always plays Hitman on Fridays, just like me. And she is now playing... Looks like she's playing story missions. Could be. I think she's doing achievements or whatever you call it, challenges. So let's go over there. Where's my stuff? Yeah, over here. So raid that. Oops. So let's go say hi. Oh, why is it? And Falling Down, is that the Michael Douglas movie? Yes, it is. Where he's getting stuck in a traffic jam. He just gets out of the car and starts walking towards his wife's home. Such a cool movie, but he's the bad guy, of course. But yeah, it's a very cool one. I like it. It's been a while since I saw that, but I remember the quote that was in there with the and it says Rick, so I thought I could use that for some poison stuff. Anyway, like I said, that is going to have to be it. Thank you guys for being here, and I will be back on Friday. Let me see, tomorrow. Not tomorrow, maybe Sunday, because my wife will be out of the house, so there's a good chance I will stream on Sunday at the same time as I did now. So if I do, I hope to see you then, and otherwise I will catch you guys next Friday. Thank you, bye, and see you later.